Just sitting nice and tall. I apologize, I had to turn my mic on. Just sitting nice and tall, start to settle into your seat, maybe closing your eyes if you like. You can always keep your eyes open, maybe find a spot on the ground to kind of gaze at softly. And just start to bring yourself to your mat. Can you let go of any of the distractions around you? Start to tune into your senses. Okay? Tune in to how it feels to be seated on your mat or props. Maybe you have some soft music playing and you tune into that. Maybe you're outside like I am and you can feel the breeze on your skin or the sun on your skin. Feeling the clothes against your skin. Taking a body scan, take notice of how you're feeling overall today. How's the body feel? How's your breath feeling today? How's the mind feel? Maybe you just have a lot going on. It just feels kind of heavy and the mind just feels chattery. And I know it's hard, but see if you can start to let that stuff go for a little while. It's not the easiest thing to do. But for the next 60 minutes, this time is yours. You need to take care of you for whatever you need your practice for today. So let's set some of those things aside that kind of weigh on our mind and our shoulders. And if we need to, we can pick them up after class. Maybe you don't pick them up at all afterwards. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth and allow your forehead to soften. Rolling the shoulders up by the ears, back and down the spine a few times, loosen up the shoulders. And then let's bring the chin to the chest and let the head be heavy, rocking the head a little right and left, releasing any tension, tightness in the neck. And then allow the head to come back up, sitting nice and tall, shoulders back. Let's take a cleansing breath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Draw the breath all the way up the spine. Open the mouth, exhale. Let it go. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Fill up all the way to the top. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. And then sealing the lips and start to breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. Lengthening your inhales, lengthening your exhales, feeling the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Maybe you hear the sound of your breath. And today I'm going to introduce a mudra. A mudra is a hand gesture. And it usually, represents something. And it can have physical benefits, mental benefits, emotional benefits. So today's mudra that we're going to do is our Lotus mudra. So let's bring our palms to our heart center. So I've connected my palms. But then I'm going to keep the pinkies and the thumbs connected. And I'm going to open up all the other fingers like petals in a flower. And then I'm going to hold that Lotus mudra at my heart center. The Lotus mudra connects to your heart. And what it represents is transformation, growth. The lotus blooms out of thick, sticky mud. It comes out of that mud, and then it blooms into this beautiful flower. And the thick, sticky mud kind of represents the things that we go through in life. Things that are difficult, challenges that we have, trials that we have. But once we get through that thick, sticky mud, right, you can look back and you can see the growth that has happened. You can see the transformation that's happened. Yesterday, a teacher shared in her class, we're not here for perfection. We're here to be real. Right? And that's real. Not everything is perfect. Nothing goes perfectly in life or in a day or in our practice or in our bodies. There's always things going on. Right? And that makes us real. That makes us authentic, right? And just being your authentic self and loving that authentic self, not feeling like you have to be somebody else or something else. Right? And I really love the Lotus Mudra and what it symbolizes. So today we'll implement that a little bit into our practice. You can take it, leave it, whatever you like to do. If you like to, for just a moment, hold that Lotus Mudra at your heart center, sitting nice and tall. And let's take a deep breath in, like we're smelling in that flower. And then exhale, let go of perfection. Just enjoy this time on your mat. Let's do that again. Breathe in to your real self. And exhale, release that idea that you have to be perfect. Sealing the lips again, breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. And as we hold that Lotus Mudra, let's inhale the arms up. Breathe in, exhale, circle the arms around, and we'll bring our palms back to our heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. Open up, Lotus Mudra. Inhale, reach up like that flower growing out of the thick, sticky mud, blooming into that beautiful flower. And exhale, circle the arms back around. Let's do that 1 more time. Lotus Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle the arms around. Palms come back together at your heart. Beautiful. And then from here, let's go ahead into our tabletop position. So we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees, stacking our wrist underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. You can always place a blanket or double up your mat underneath your knees here if you like. We're going to flow through a few cat-cow movements. So looking towards the top of your mat, breathing in, let the belly soften, lift your chest and eyes slightly, and then exhale, round through your spine as you press the ground away. And we're going to flow back and forth with those cat-cow movements. Breathing in, breathing out. Go at your own pace. If you want to add any other movement here, know that you can do that. You can circle your hips. Maybe take some C curves with your body. Just whatever feels good here for you. Maybe stretch the wrist a little bit. Just make it your own movement. We'll take a few more rounds, balancing out your sides. So whatever you do on one side, doing on the other. And then just when you're ready, you're going to come back into your neutral tabletop. Looking towards the top of the mat, hug the belly button in. Let's tuck the toes under. And just for a moment, let's see if we can hover the knees right above the mat. Press the mat away. Look towards the top of the mat. Core is engaged and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's press into our first down dog. Okay. So pressing the mat away. Slight bend to your knees. Lift your hips towards the sky. Press the belly of the chest back towards your thighs. If you'd like to pedal your feet here, you could. Sway the hips, whatever feels good. Then we'll come back to neutral. Let's inhale high onto our tippy toes. Let's look up between our hands and start to tiptoe to the top of our mat. We're going to come into a standing forward fold. So feet about hip width apart, which is about 2 fist width apart. I'm going to bend the knees as much as I need to here. I want a nice long spine. Belly and chest might marry against your thighs. Let your head be heavy. But if you get lightheaded or dizzy or suffer from vertigo, you're going to keep your head above your heart. Then from here, maybe sway a little side to side, shake out the head, maybe a bind elbow to elbow or behind your back, or maybe just let the arms dangle. Come forward into the balls of the feet a little bit. Inhale, lift your hips, gauge your quads, press your knees back. And then let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Lengthen through the spine, the neck. The top of the head is reaching forward. Reach your tailbone back. And exhale, release and fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, create the length, the space. And exhale, fold. Then we're going to slowly roll all the way up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, neck and head are last to come up. Make your way into your mountain pose. Arms by your side, palms shining forward. Shoulders back, lifting through the top of the head. Maybe close your eyes again and just breathe and notice how you feel in this moment. So we're going to move through some sun salutations. Take anything you need, skip it, whatever you need to do here. Okay? We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Maybe look up between your hands. And then let's cactus the arms here. Maybe a baby back bend. Inhale, reach. And then exhale back into your forward fold, hinging from your hip bones, nice long spine. Let's take a halfway lift, breathe in, and exhale, fold. We're going to step our left foot back and pause in a runner's lunge. Right knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen through the spine. And then I'm going to press back in that down dog on the exhale. Inhale, roll out into your plank position. Look towards the top of the mat, core is engaged. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to shift forward, hug the elbows in. We're going to lower all the way down. Chest comes between the hands. Press your toenails into the mat. Engage your glutes and quads and feel your kneecaps slightly lift up off the mat. And then inhale, just lift for maybe a baby cobra first, shoulders back. And exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift up, cobra. You might even come up a little higher. And exhale, lower. One more time, maybe you hover the palms if you'd like, or come up high. Inhale, lift your cobra. And lower down. We're going to press up into our plank or tabletop, and then back into our down dog. Now, let's inhale our left leg up. We're going to bend that left leg. Open up through that left hip. Press the mat away. And then looking forward, we're going to step or help that left foot up between our hands. Left knee stacked over your ankle. We're back in that runner's lunge. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold forward at the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Let's meet with our palms together. Hands come through to your heart. Okay. Inhale, arms lift. We're going to cactus again on the exhale. Maybe that baby back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. We're in that runner's lunge. We're going to add on here. Lower your right knee down. Sink the hips down and forward in a low lunge. If your left knee is going over your toes, shift that left foot forward a little bit. Hands could stay down. Hands could come to your thigh. You could reach those arms up. Relax those shoulders. Sink the hips down forward. Press that left hip back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Plant the hands. Shift the hips back. Half split. Reach your chin towards your shin. Press that left hip back. I feel like I've said that multiple times now. We're going to bend back into that front leg. Step back into your down dog. Inhale, roll out into your plank. Look towards the top of the mat. Core is engaged. Hug the elbows in. Maybe you lower halfway this time, like a tricep push-up, chaturanga, or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Up dog, your thighs are up off the mat. So the only thing in an up dog that's touching the mat are your palms and the tops of your feet. And then back into your down dog. Let's inhale the right leg up. Bending that right leg, open up through that right hip. And then we're going to look forward, step or help the right foot up between your hands. Stack your right knee over your ankle, lift your chest. On your exhale, lower the left knee down. Sink the hips down and forward, so you're coming toward that left thigh. Palms can be on the mat, your thigh, or again, maybe those arms reach up. Breathe in. Exhale, sink into this. And then plant the hands. Shift your hips back, half split. Reach your chin towards your shin. Press that left or right hip back. Flex the toes towards your face. Bending back into that right leg. Left foot meets your right. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Bring the palms back together, hands to your heart, and pause in your mountain pose. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, arms reach up. We're going to sit back into our chair pose. Big toes can come together to touch, or maybe your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to sit back in that really low chair as we press the hips back. We're sitting back toward our heels. Arms could be lifted or hands to your heart. Chest is lifted. Breathe in and exhale. Sit back a little bit more. Great job. Now we're going to add on a diver pose. Let's take our arms back behind us. Hug the belly button in. See about coming up onto the balls of your feet, lifting those heels, trying to parallel your upper body with the mat. Shaking and wobbling is normal. It's okay. Lower the heels, straighten the legs. Inhale the arms up, maybe a baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back into your plank. Hold your plank. Palms, knees, forearms, palms, whatever, or toes. Toes, knees, palms, or forearms. And then you can take your flow here if you like, or you could press right back into your down dog. Okay. Awesome. All right. From here, we're going to go into a child's pose. So lower the knees down. Reach your hips back. Forehead might rest on the mat or your palms or hover or prop. And just breathe here. Breathe in through the nose. Out of the nose. Relax your shoulders. And then let's walk our hands over to the right side. Maybe your left hand comes on top of your right hand. Soften that left shoulder. And then let's walk the hands over to the left side. Maybe your right hand on top of that left hand. Relax that right shoulder. Let's walk the hands back to center. And we'll take a nice cleansing breath right here. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth. Let it go. Right, we're going to make our way back into our down dog. Right. Inhale, right leg lifts. Let's bend that right leg again. We're opening up through that right hip. Then draw the right knee in towards your belly button, knee to nose. Back up 3-point. And then we're going to work that right foot to the top of our mat. Okay. In your runner's lunge, right knee stacked over your ankle. Inhale, lift your chest. Then we're going to open up warrior two to the front of our mat. So warrior two is an open hip posture. My left hip is behind my right. My left shoulder is behind my right shoulder. I'm bending into that right leg, trying to make a 90-degree angle here. Shoulders are over your hips. We're not leaning too far forward or back. And that back leg is straight, rooting down through the knife edge of that back foot. Arms are active here as you reach your fingertips away. Let's breathe in. And as you exhale, lower that left hip down and forward a little bit more. Then peaceful warrior, right arm up and over. Left hand sliding down that left leg. Let's straighten the right leg. Both legs are straight as we make our way into our triangle pose. Reaching that right arm forward till we can't reach anymore. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, or hand to your hip if this bothers your shoulder with the arm lifted. And then turn and look towards your lifted hand. Maybe just lean back a little bit more like you have a wall supporting you. Lift up through your left side a little bit more. Now, we're going to take that left hand. We're going to start to bring it down to the mat. We're going to open up, revolve side angle. Right arm reaches up. I'm hugging that right knee in towards the belly button. Right hand comes down. Let's lift up for that low lunge. You can always keep your hands planted. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. We're going to go back to that Lotus Mudra again. Thumbs, pinkies, and the other fingers spread out. Okay. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, circle the arms around. Bring them back to that Lotus Mudra. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, circle the arms around. Bring your palms back to your heart. Plant the hands, shift back. Let's hold that half split. Flex the right toes towards your face. Press that heel away. We're going to bend back into that front leg. Tuck the left toes under. Quarter turn to the left. Let's find a wide-legged fold. So both feet are facing forward like the number 11. Maybe you pigeon toe the big toes in a little bit. Come forward into the balls of the feet. Pull the forehead down towards the middle of your feet. So you should feel a stretch from your hips to your heels here. Engage your quads, press your knees back. Let's keep our right hand down in the middle of the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up, open up, find a twist. Nice long spine here. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Find that twist. Right hand comes down. Hug the belly button in, arms out like a T, flat back. Inhale, come up, 5-pointed star. Palms come to your heart. We're going to go into goddess pose. Turn the toes out, heels in, lower the hips down. Press the knees towards those pinky toes. Maybe that Lotus Mudra here. Right, here we go. We're going to inhale, scoop the arms up. Find that Lotus Mudra, and on your exhale, that comes to your heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, scoop the arms up. Exhale, Lotus Mudra at your heart. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, Lotus Mudra to your heart. Lower the hips a little bit more. Press the knees towards the pinky toes. Awesome. Inhale, let's reach up back to that 5-pointed star. Back to the front of your mat. Lower the hands down to frame that right foot. Step back into your plank. Take your flow here if you'd like. You always have the option to press into your down dog or a child's pose. Let's breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right. Inhale your left leg up. Let's bend the left leg, open up. And then we're going to bring that knee in towards the belly button, knee to nose, press the mat away, round through your spine, back up 3-point. Let's work that left foot forward to the top of our mat. Stacking that left knee over your ankle. You're in your runner's lunge. Breathe in. And then exhale, open up, warrior 2. Again, open hip, bending into that left leg. Stacking your left knee over your ankle. Rooting down through the knife edge of that left foot, reaching those arms out, making one straight line here. Breathe in, Breathe out, sink into this a little bit more. And then peaceful warrior, left arm up and over. We're going to straighten the front leg. Both legs are straight. Bring your left hand down, triangle pose. Lean back. Look up towards your lifted hand. Bending back into your front. Actually, no, keep that left leg straight. Well, you'll start to bend into it. We're going to come into revolve side angle. Right hand comes down. I'm going to pivot onto the ball of that right foot. Left arm reaches up. Press that left hip back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's bring that left hand down. Lower your right knee down. Low lunge. Hands can always stay down on the mat or your thigh, or the arms reach up. But I'm going to come back to that Lotus Mudra. Thumbs and pinkies touch, other fingers out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle the arms, maybe that baby back bend. Come back around. Lotus Mudra. One more time, inhale. Exhale, circle those arms around. Then bring the hands down, frame your left foot, shift your hips back, half split, flex the left toes towards your face, press that left hip back, lengthen through your spine. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Awesome. All right, we're going to bend back into your front leg, come back to the runner's lunge, quarter turn to the right, wide-legged fold. So coming forward into the balls of your feet, engage your quads, pressing your knees back. Left hand comes down. Inhale, let's reach that right arm up. Maybe you even find a half bind, taking that right arm around your low back, twisting your upper body towards the sky a little bit more. And then release the right hand down. Inhale, left arm opens up, maybe that half bind. Rotating your heart towards the sky. Left hand comes down. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms out like a T. Cores engaged. Come back up. 5-pointed star. Hands come through. Lotus Mudra. Toes out, heels in. Goddess stance here. Inhale, scoop the arms up. Find that Lotus Mudra over your head and then bring it back to your heart. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, Lotus Mudra at your heart. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Sink into this a little bit more. And then 5-pointed star. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame your left foot back to your runner's lunge. Pivot onto ball of the right foot. Step back into your plank. Take your flow here if you'd like. Let's take a cleansing breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Let it go. Looking at the top of your mat, travel to the top of your mat. You could tiptoe, step, hop, float, whatever is in your practice. And let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. And exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Palms come together, hands to your heart. All right, let's take our feet as wide as our short end of our mat. Toes out, heels in. So toes are off of your mat, heels are on your mat. We're going to come into Malasana or our yoga squat. You can always sit on a bolster, a blanket, a block. You can go right into it. Maybe you don't come down as far today. It's your body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of sliding down an imaginary wall. Knees go out like that goddess pose. And then I'm going to bring the elbows to the inner thighs. I'm going to press the inner thighs against the elbows against the inner thighs. And then coming into that Lotus Mudra, I'm just going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, you got it, 2, 1. Continue to hold here, or maybe you go into your crow pose. So crow, Palms come forward, okay? You're going to look forward because you're going forward. You can always place a block, a blanket, or a bolster in front so that your forehead could fall on that, so you don't feel like you're going to go face first into the floor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my elbows to my triceps. I'm looking forward because I'm coming forward. Core is engaged. You might start with lifting one foot and then lift the other foot. Okay? And then coming back into that. So take a moment. You can try that again if you're there. Okay? If you have any questions about that after this class or after this video, always feel free to reach out to me and I can walk you through it a little bit more. All right, plant the hands down, lift the hips. Let's shake all that out. All right, now let's bring our feet in about hip width apart again. Halfway lift, breathe in, exhale, fold. Root to rise, let's float the arms up overhead. Palms come together, hands to your heart. Breathe, breathe in through the nose. Breathe out of the nose. All right, so we're going to add on to that flow. So we're going to start at the top of our mat this time, coming into our figure four chair pose. So I'm going to sit back into my chair, and I'm going to cross my left leg over my right, flexing the left toes towards the knee. Press that left inner thigh and knee towards the ground. So you're making a number 4 shape with your legs, okay? Keep pressing the hips back. Hands could stay at your heart. You could reach the arms up. Maybe you fold forward. Maybe you have an arm balance here you'd like to take. Relax your shoulders. Find a focal point. It helps with your balance. Keeping your core engaged helps with your balance. Don't hold your breath. Awesome. If you folded forward, you're going to bring yourself back up. We're going to bring that left leg up to stork. Now from here, we're going to open up to half moon, okay? This is a great place for a block or a book, or maybe your bolster or a water bottle. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to bring my right hand down. I'm going to extend my left leg back, but I'm opening up through the hips. So my left shoulder is stacked on top of my right. My left hip is on top of my right. My right hand could hover in space or be on a block or the mat. And you can look down towards the ground or start to challenge your balance by looking up towards the sky. Keep that core engaged. And then very lightly land back into warrior 2. My mat's a little slippy today. So hold in your warrior 2. How do we do? Breathe. Come back to your breath. Sink the hips down. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Let's straighten that right leg. Come into our triangle pose again. So both legs are straight. Right hand comes down. We're not collapsing this right side. You actually have a little triangle in that right side. Maybe look up towards your lifted hand. We're going to bring that left hand down. We're going to open up, revolve side angle. Maybe a horizon lunge. So you come out on the edges of the feet, dip that left hip down. Come back around, right leg's going to lift up, 3-point. Bend the right leg, open up. Maybe you flip your dog here, taking a back bend. We're going to bring that right leg back up, 3-point. Changing it up, right knee over to that left tricep, maybe shooting that right leg through, open up. Let's bring that right leg back up, 3-point. Lizard lunge. We're going to step that right foot, or help it there, to the outside of your right hand. Lower the left knee down. It can be on your palms. You could be on your forearms. Maybe you have a block or a book here. If you're somewhere kind of in between the palms and the forearms. Keep sinking the hips down and forward. You could also come out on the outer edge of that right foot. Press that right inner thigh away. Maybe that right hand comes back and reaches for your left foot for a quad stretch. Keep sinking the hips down and forward. Then release that left foot. All right, now from here, I'm going to go into my pigeon pose. So I'm going to take that right foot. I'm going to walk it over to my left wrist. And then I'm going to bring that right knee behind my right wrist. It's way over at the edge of the mat. And the left leg is directly back behind me, not splaying over to the left or right. Stay upright. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Stay upright or fold forward. Now, don't worry if this isn't accessible to you. I'm about to give you another option. All right, so if coming into pigeon is not working for you on your belly, you're going to come around onto your back. You're going to cross your right leg over your left, still flexing your toes towards your knee. You're making that figure 4 shape with your legs. And then maybe, if you need more, your hands come behind that left thigh and you draw the legs in towards your chest. Relax your head and shoulders down on the mat. So this is another option. You can use your right elbow to press that right inner thigh away. Wherever you are, let's take a few more breaths. Relax your jaw, let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Let's breathe in and breathe out, let it go. We're going to come back up onto our palms, and I'm going to bring that left foot around. So if you're on your back, you'll come back up into seated, and we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, our bound ankle pose or butterfly position. Soles of the feet come together, shifting your hips back a little bit, sitting nice and tall, and then on your exhale, let's fold forward. Just letting it go. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the shoulders. Let's take a breath in and breath out. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. We're going to bring our knees together, and before we go back into our down dog, we're going to take boat pose, Navasana. So we're going to kind of balance on the tailbone, hug the belly button in, shoulders back and down. Heels can stay on the mat or lift them. Arms could be straight or hands to your heart. Core's engaged, hug the belly button in, keep that chest lifted, put a smile on your face, and breathe here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Maybe just give yourself a nice little hug for a moment. And then we're going to make our way back into our down dog. If you want to take a flow, you can. And hold in your down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right, let's travel to the top of our mat again. Forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together, hands to your heart. Okay, let's sit back into our chair. Keep that left foot down. I'm going to cross the right leg over the left for my figure 4 chair. Flexing the right toes towards your knee. Keep pressing that knee down towards the ground. Hands could stay at your heart. You could reach the arms up. You might fold forward here. You might have an arm balance here if you'd like to take it. Any options here. Find a spot to focus on. Focus on your breath as well. Awesome. And then we're going to come back up. Let's come into our stork for a moment. Opening up, half moon. Left hand starts to come down as I open up, stacking that right hip on top of the left, right shoulder on top of the left shoulder. I'm keeping my left foot pointed directly to the top of the mat. It is a challenge, but you can do it, even if you're shaking and wobbling. Then we're going to land softly back into our warrior two, nice and strong. Catch your breath here. Relax your shoulders. Lower the right hip down and forward. Next inhale, left arm up and over. Let's straighten the front leg and come into our triangle pose again. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Maybe look up towards that lifted hand. We're going into our revolve side angle, bending into that left leg. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up. Maybe a horizon lunge. Coming out on the edges of your feet, dip that right hip down. Come back around. Left leg lifts up, 3-point. We're going to bend that left leg, open up, stay here, or flip your dog. Continue to take the left foot over, lifting up. Then we're going to bring that left leg back up and then take that left knee over to the right elbow. Maybe shoot that left leg through for fallen triangle. Left leg lifts back up. Lizard lunge, left foot to the outside of that left hand. And you might use your hand to bring that foot there. Come in a different way, okay? Lower the right knee down. Sink the hips down and forward. Maybe you're on your palms or your forearms. Maybe you have something underneath your forearms, okay? Maybe pressing that or coming out on the outer edge of that left foot. Press that left inner thigh away. And breathe. If you'd like to take that quad stretch, left hand reaches back for that right foot, sinking the hips down and forward. And then we'll release that right foot down. Here's our pigeon pose. We're going to walk that left foot over toward our right wrist. Bring that left knee down towards the left edge of your mat. Right leg is directly back behind you. Don't fold down quite yet. Make sure everything's set. Hip points are pointed forward. You can always place something underneath that front hip or glute if you're dipping into it. Looking over that left shoulder. And then we'll come back and we can stay upright or we can fold forward. Now, again, you can come onto your back and cross the left leg over your right, flexing the left toes towards the knee. And if you need more, you're going to interlace your fingers behind that right thigh, drawing those legs in towards your chest. Okay. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders and your face. Just breathe. Let's take a breath in, breath out. And then we're going to come back up onto our palms. Okay, now, if you're on your back, come back up to seated, and we're going to go into a wide-legged seated forward fold. So now I'm going to take the legs nice and wide. Can use a bolster, a blanket, a block here if you like. Settle into your seat, maybe shift the hips a little. nice and tall on your inhale, and then exhale. Hinging from your hips, walk your hands forward. And you're just going to go where you can go today. Okay, maybe you can lay all the way down. Maybe you're just coming down a little bit, midway. Relax the shoulders. Feel the stretch in the inner thighs, the quads, maybe that low back. Hold where you are. Take a breath in, breath out. Maybe you get into this a little deeper. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up. Okay, we're going to bring the legs back together. We're still not done with our core work. So we're going to lay on our back and we're going to do canoe, right? Our low boat. So we're going to lay all the way down. We're going to hug the belly button in. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. Head and shoulders lift. Legs lift. Maybe even hold that Lotus Mudra to remind yourself how strong you are and what you can overcome. We're going to hold here. Keep that core engaged. Look at your beautiful, handsome toes. Maybe you flutter kick here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Maybe take a full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And then drawing the knees in towards your chest, give yourself a nice little hug, maybe rock a little side to side. And then let's plant the feet down on the ground. We're going to go into a bridge pose. You can skip it if you have any back issues happening right now. You could also place a bolster, a blanket, or a block underneath of you for a supported back bend. It would go underneath at your sacrum, down at that wide, flat part in your body. You're coming into a full bridge. You're going to walk your heels close to you. Knees are hip width apart, fingertips reaching for the heels. And then engage your glutes. Inhale, lift your hips up off the mat. Roll up towards your shoulders. Bring your chest towards your chin. Now, once you're here, you can keep your arms down by your side or maybe shimmy those shoulders underneath of you and bind your hands. Inhale, lift a little bit more, chest to chin. Keep your eyes up towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. And lower down. Draw the knees back in towards your chest and rock a little side to side. Now let's bring that right knee in toward our chest. Extend the left leg long. We're going to circle that right foot in one direction. And circle it the other way. Let's circle that right knee out and around for some hip circles. And then we're going to take that right leg using that left hand, guide it across your body. It's in a 90-degree angle. Right arm can go out like a T. You can cactus it, maybe towards the top right corner of your mat. And then turning your head, you can look towards the right for that stretch through your neck. Let's breathe in, breathe out. And then let's come back onto our back. Hug that right knee in. And we're going to switch it up. Let's hug the left knee in. Extend that right leg out. Let's circle that left foot in one direction. And circle it the other way. We're going to circle that left knee out and around. And then we're going to take that left leg across the body over to the right for that twist. Left arm out like a T, cactus, or maybe towards the top left corner of your mat. You can turn your head and look towards the left. Relax your shoulders. Let's come on to our back again. Hug that left knee in. Let's take another full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And then from here, any kind of inversion. Maybe if you have a headstand or handstand in your practice, you're more than welcome to do that or come back to an arm balance. Or maybe it's a happy baby today. Hands to the outside or inside of your feet, pulling the knees towards your armpits. You can rock a little side to side. It could be legs straight up towards the ceiling or sky. Maybe you have a shoulder stand. Just be careful with your neck and shoulder stands. Don't turn your head side to side. Keep your eyes looking up towards the sky. Okay. I'm going to take my legs straight towards the ceiling and just hold there, towards the sky rather. If you're outside. Just getting your feet above your head and heart. The next place we're going is Shavasana. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's our resting pose. Everything we do in our practice leads up to this posture. It's still part of your practice. A lot of times we want to skip it because it's hard. It's hard to be still. It's hard to rest. But you're going to overcome that and your body's going to learn, okay, I need to rest. It's important to rest. Let's take a breath in, breath out, and then start to come out of it. Maybe draw the knees back in towards your chest again. If you want another full body stretch, you can. Now, we are going to come into Shavasana. Traditionally, it's done on the back, okay? Just laying out, arms splayed out, legs splayed out, palms might face up for receiving. But if that just doesn't work for you today, or you want to do something different, you can always do legs up the wall. You could do a seated Shavasana. I've seen it done on the belly. I mean, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Use any props that you would like, any music, any essential oils. Right. And what I'll do is I will guide us into it. We'll be here for a few moments. I'll guide us out of it, but know that you can stay in it for as long as you need to. All right, so settle in, whatever position you're in. Start to be supported there. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Let it go. Let the body be supported by your mat. Relax your shoulders. Relax the fingers. Relax the toes. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth. Let it go. And now just let your breath happen. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Unclench the glutes and soften the belly. There's nothing you need to do in this moment. Just allow yourself this time to be. Now you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of it, just start to deepen your breath first. Deeper breaths in, deeper breaths out. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Invite movement into your fingers and your toes. Rocking the head a little side to side. You can take that full body stretch again if you like, a yawn to stretch your jaw. Drawing the knees in towards your chest, give yourself that nice hug again. Maybe rock a little side to side. You can make your way into your fetal position if you like, on your right or left side, using your arm or any of your props as a pillow. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up into Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. And maybe the eyes remain closed, sitting nice and tall, just taking notice of how you feel now after your practice. Practice can really benefit our whole body, our minds, our breath, our nervous system. Inhale, let's reach the arms up overhead, bringing the palms back together and hands through to the heart. I'm going to go back to that Lotus Mudra. So no matter the mud or the obstacles, the trials that we go through, know that we are strong enough to get through them. Maybe it takes us a while, right? But in that, we grow, we become stronger. There's this transformation that happens within us. We become who we are, right? Our real selves, not trying to be perfect, trying to be other people or what people expect of us, but we learn to be us, our authentic self. Thank you for taking this time to show up on your mats today and for sharing this space in your practice today. Let's take one more cleansing breath together, deepest one yet. Breathe in all the way to the top and maybe hold it there. And then exhaling out of the mouth, letting it go. The light in me honors and loves and respects the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining in. If you have any comments, if you have any feedback, questions, want to walk through something, please always feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you in any way that I can with your practice. Also, if you're enjoying the videos that you're seeing, I ask if you wouldn't mind to hit that subscribe button so I can continue doing these videos. I'm so excited to be able to offer this for all of you. Thank you for sharing this practice in this space. May you have a wonderful rest of your day.